Trolling or facts? 50 Cent explains why Ja Rule's career took a downfall. 50 really got his foot on his neck. Like, he's just never released it off of Ja Rule's neck after all this time. Let's see what he got to say.
If you take a close look at guys like Ja Rule, you'll see that they walk with a crutch. In his case, it was the image of a gangster. He took DMX's flow, dressed up like Tupac, and tried to rap about other people's lifestyles. It worked for a second.
Remember, didn't X say something about you was on my left titty or some shit, and that was supposed to be a Ja diss about stealing his whole entire flow and his look?
But as I said, when you're walking with a crutch, there's a limit on how far you can go. Ja grew up as a Jehovah's Witness on the better side of Queens than I did.
Yo, that's crazy, though, because that's not even Ja Rule. That's his son. They try to put that little quick picture in. If you didn't know, you're like, oh, shit, that's Ja Rule back in the day. He was in Jehovah. That's his son.
I did. The only time he came to my part of town is when he would knock on the door and try to sell copies of The Watchtower. A nice religious boy. There's nothing wrong with that. But the people around him, like Irv, tried to turn him against his true nature as a gentle guy and transform him into a gangster. Instead of accepting his blessings, his talent for fun, female-oriented music, they were hell-bent on turning him into something negative. When they got a record deal with Def Jam, what did they call it? Murder Inc. Records. They had an open road in front of them, but they decided to paint themselves into a dangerous corner. Since none of them were actual murderers, they started seeking out people who had that energy.
Yo, 50's really a dickhead. Like, yo, hold on, let's go back to that little sub. Since none of them were actually murders, they had to go seeking people that actually were. Hold on. Yo, look. And look at the picture they used.
For actual murderers, they started seeking out people who had that energy. They eventually found what they were looking for, and it almost brought the whole company down. That's what ruined Ja Rule's career. If you take...
No, that's insane. 50 really got his foot on his neck. Again, them teaming up with Supreme, that was the whole money laundering. That's what brought down Irv Gotti. If you guys don't know, definitely look into that. They brought Irv down. The whole label came down. 50. That's why a lot of people are like, yo, why was Ja Rule and Murder Inc. not going as hard? They were on top of the world. Because as soon as 50 started coming at them, they got hit with that entire RICO, I believe. It was like a RICO case. Like, you know that shit that YSL was going through? They were dealing with that shit early in hip-hop. Them dealing with that. Theirs was more money laundering with Supreme McGriff. So they tried to bring them down, saying that he was washing the Supreme team's money throughout investing in Murder Inc. They had to prove that, but they did not want to snitch on him. So they locked the two brothers, Irv, and I forgot his brother's name. He looked exactly like Irv. But they locked both of them up, and that's when they had to deal with that whole thing. So Ja Rule didn't really have the label at full force to go back at G-Unit when G-Unit was the hottest thing in the world.